Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guests. Recently, in one of the sessions after I completed regarding explaining about Toastmasters and public speaking skills, one of the participants came to me and said, from your list, whatever you have mentioned, I see some similarities with the skills, what I am going through right now in my yoga training program. She is going through some yoga teacher training. I think she attends in the evenings and weekends. So she listed a few things that she's finding similarities between Toastmasters or public speaking and yoga. That made me realize, yes, right, even I as a practitioner of yoga since multiple years, then I gave a thought about it, and to my surprise, I found few habits which are, when you cultivate, will be helpful both for yoga as well as public speaking. So today, I would like to share with you all those, what are those. I have 4 of those habits or skills, what I wanted to share with you. The first one, breathing. In yoga, you normally hear teachers telling, focus on your breath or have that controlled or soft, smooth breath while you are doing your poses. So coming to you, even for your public speaking, breathing is very, very important. If we are anxious, if we are nervous about when you are delivering your speeches, we tend to breathe faster and our thoughts and our mind tends to race, and we will not be able to convey that message as smoothly as we want to convey to the audience. So I feel cultivating a nice, smooth and controlled sense of breathing helps not only in yoga poses but also as a speaker while you are delivering your speeches. Number 2 is presence. Again, yoga practitioners, along with breathing, the teachers tell them, focus on your breath, along with that, be in the present moment. Isn't it? That's very much needed. Sometimes while we are practicing those yoga poses, we tend to draw into our, like, what happened earlier or what happened yesterday or what is my to-do list now. After finishing this class, where am I going? What am I going to work on? Those thoughts keep going on in our minds. But being present in those sessions is very, very important in order to focus on your poses or whatever to get best benefit out of those poses. But coming to public speaking, isn't it, that is also very important, being present. If you are not present, if you are thinking something else, like for example, just think about some speakers whom you admire, like who are delivering good speeches over here. In our club itself, we have wonderful speakers like Marvin or Kim or Gina. Whenever they are giving their speeches, sometimes hiccups happen. Sometimes on the slides, there might be some spelling mistakes or grammar mistakes, something. But did you observe them dwelling on those mistakes that time? No. They'll just try to move on and focus on what the message they're delivering or what is the story they're trying to share with everyone. So that being in the present helps you to focus or to enhance that connection what we are trying to make with the audience. So being present is not only important only in the yoga sessions, like to focus your poses, but also as a speaker, we want to be present in order to deliver our message more effectively. Coming to the third one, posture. In yoga poses, we know we have to be in certain kind of having a good posture in order to get your pose into a much good, nice alignment. But for a speaker also, I feel, basically I tend to observe whenever I used to go to some big conferences where there are numerous people in a room, like 30 plus or 50 plus or 100 people, being a very short or petite person, I tend to feel like I'm losing myself or I'm not being, visible as I want to be. So in those instances, I bring back my yoga things or whatever poses, I try to remember them. One important thing I remember is this mountain pose, Tadasana. It's like a standard pose basically, but it builds your posture very nicely. So in that pose, what they say is, first of all, plant your feet firmly on the ground, first thing. And then make sure your knees, they're not on the forward or backward, just right on top of your feet. And then you're like it's as if you're stacking your body, and your abdomen is right on your knees, and then your chest is broad and open, and your shoulders are not like you're clumsy like that. You're just broad and seeing like that, and your chin is parallel to the ground and you are having your gaze right in front of you. So that will help you build even with the connection with the audience as well, and it will look you more confident. So you can bring up your hand gestures, or you can add it, like your facial expressions, vocal variety, everything. If your posture itself is not correct, then there is no point. I mean, you will not be able to add those enhancements very effectively. Last but not least, acceptance. That is one of the biggest difficult lessons in yoga as well. Once when we do poses, we tend to think like, oh, we tend to compare with others. Oh, they are doing it so nicely. How am I not being able to do? We tend to compare. That comparison will never make us happy. So we need to cultivate that habit of acceptance. Even in speeches, when we are delivering, sometimes we might not be able to deliver all the time however we want. We tend to make mistakes. And even in our feedback, sometimes we hear some things which we don't want to hear, or we don't accept them. We think, no, I don't think I have done that, or I want to hear something else, something. But we should let it go. We should be able to accept that as a challenge, and then only it will help us to become a wonderful or more great speaker. So in all conclusion, I want to state these 4 skills: the breathing, being present in the moment, and your posture that will make you look out or stand out as a wonderful speaker, and also accepting your whatever things, your feedback your evaluators tell you or whatever, but take them as a challenge which will help you to grow as a wonderful speaker. Madam Postmaster.